did you end up doing this Labor Day weekend?
I honestly was just with my boyfriend.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you guys go anywhere? Like to a park or anything like that?
Mm, we went crystal shopping.
Crystal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all into the energies and stuff like that, right?
Well, I'm just getting him into it, but
Oh, so you're the one that's into it. He's the one
Yeah.
that's he's getting. When did
Yeah.
you start getting into that stuff?
I started getting into it like last year,
Mm-hmm.
and I was really into it, like manifesting. Yeah, I was so into it, and then you get to a point where it's just like I'm kind of tired, because when you're having a spiritual awakening, you're kind of like scared of it,
Uh-huh.
or somewhat. I don't know, but I had a really bad dream, and I started seeing like angel numbers. I don't know, it's so weird.
So that's what you consider the
spiritual awakening. Yeah.
Oh, so you
Yeah.
started after that. And then
Yeah.
did you go anywhere like online or like Facebook or Reddit or anything like that to like get more knowledge into it, or was it just like YouTube and stuff like that?
No, well, it used to be like what the fuck.
Or did you go
like
or did you go
crystals.
one step crazier and go with like a person that was like
No,
like with a witch or whatever that is, I don't know. What would you
No.
call that? A spiritual healer, right?
I think like a palm reader or something.
A palm reader.
Yeah, but no, I knew this girl Leslie. Shout out to her.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
like, no, yeah. She was the one that taught me everything about crystals and what they could do and how manifesting could like really change your life,
Uh-huh.
this and that. And then, what's it called? Yeah, I live with her and she
Oh, so
kinda,
she's
like,
your
taught
roommate?
me. Huh?
Leslie's your roommate?
She was.
Oh, was,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, I used to live with her, and then she kind of taught me a lot of things about it. And I used to be the type of person that was like, no, like, what the fuck, crystals? Like,
Yeah,
why
yeah.
you gotta do all that? You know, like, you don't gotta do all that.
Because the only thing that I know about, you know, the crystals and the energies and all that is that you never touch someone's crystal, like the crystal that's around your neck.
Mhm.
You never touch it because my energy can rub off onto that, and then
Yeah.
it could potentially mess up your. Because I went to school. I go to school with this one girl, and like all in her room, she would have them like set up like she's like devout, right? So she had some with lights under them and all this stuff. And one day se me ocurrió agarrarlo. I'm like, oh, this is a cool, a cool rock. And she's like flipped on me. And I was like, oh my goodness, what did
Yeah,
I do?
they're crazy about the crystals.
So she ended up telling me, oh, it's fine, this happens, but I'm going to need to do some type of thing. I didn't know what she was talking about, but she said she needs to clean or cleanse the crystal so that way. And I was like, ever since then, never touch them. That's the first rule. Never. So for anyone out there, don't touch people's crystals. If you see them, they look cool. Don't touch them.
Yeah, people be crazy about their crystals.
Yeah. Crazy
You know.
crystal Karens. That's what I call them. Crazy crystal Karens.
You got Karens for everything.
Yeah, no, yeah. Well, this last episode, I was talking about Karens at McDonald's.
Yeah, with the McFlurry or something like that.
Yeah,
the
there was like a McFrappe. But as soon as I was done, recording that episode, I started thinking of more and remembering other ones, and I was like, just around the time of the pandemic, you know how BLM was going crazy and like they were rioting. So our store got rioted, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they had to board up the drive-through windows and they locked all the doors. But there was this one instance where DoorDash came to our door and we had the order ready. All we were missing was 2 drinks and a shake. I remember it specifically. Now I remember it specifically. And so the guy ends up flipping out, like the DoorDash driver, not even the person that was ordering the food, the DoorDash driver. He's like, where are the drinks? What do you mean? There's no drinks. Like, we thought we had it all sorted out.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? There's no drinks. It wasn't me, but it was, someone that I knew. And we're all like, there's no drinks. We gave you everything. Just, fuck off.
Yeah.
Because it was like busy. And then all of a sudden, he comes back out of his car. Because the first time he was in his car and he just drove off, parked the car. This time, he's holding up our line out of the car, punching at the actual, like, the drive-through window. And we're like, dude, what the fuck? Like, it's not even your order. Like, chill out.
Yeah.
And then we end up sending, like, we just lock the doors, wait till he leaves, and until after. We fucked up. Then we saw the drinks,
Wait, but couldn't you see the order in the phone?
So the thing is that the online orders and the actual orders from the line, like from the drive-through, they have two separate screens.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't check the right screen, you could get lost and you could give people, different drinks or whatever. But I think someone had cleared the screen to where they didn't see that the drinks were on that order. So it cleared the screen, and until later we found the sticker, it's like a little receipt, like about this long. And it said 2 drinks and a McFrap, I think it was.
Damn.
Yeah, it was like, what? Jesus, we messed it up. But he didn't even have to react like that,
No, yeah.
Like, he just said, all right, they didn't give me the drinks, puro pedo, ya me voy. Because you can do that on the DoorDash app, or I bet you can. It's like, the actual restaurant messed up and not me.
No, yeah. Yeah, because, I mean, you have to have some anger issues or something like
They
that
were dead
to just
ass,
react on someone like that.
Punching the drive-through window, like, hard as hell. And the person that was working the window, they wanted to, like, jump out of the window and fight this guy because he was throwing stuff and, like, all this stuff. So they were actually, like, with it. I was like, dang. Yeah, the people were crazy.
Damn.
But are you still in the food service with cilantro and carbon, or is it carbon?
No. So, Cabron, I left, I think it was 2 months ago.
Oh, okay. Which, by the way, my parents just went this last Labor Day. Yeah. So they went and they tried it out and they really loved it.
Really?
Yeah, they liked it. And I told you a couple months ago, dang, I need to go check that out, or cilantro, because I knew that you worked there.
No, yeah.
So 2 months ago you left, and what was that? Why was it?
Well, I just didn't like I don't know, the manager wouldn't really tell you, okay, this is your role, you're going to do this,
You would
he
just
didn't
do
say
anything
that.
and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you were cash register and it was slow and the person needed help, you would go. But, nothing, you have a role, you know?
Yeah. You're
and
not
it's kind of...
like a cook, or you're designated to just cleaning the front of house, or you're designated back of house, or anything like that.
No, yeah. If someone is behind, you have to go and help. And it's bro, I finished everything. I've been here all day, and they're like, we're a team. And I'm like,
fuck that. We ain't no team. You pay me, I do your job, and get the fuck out of my face. No.
No, yeah.
But where do you think was the best experience? At cilantro or cabron?
Cilantro.
Cilantro?
But where I learned the most is cabron.
Learned what, in what way? What'd you learn there?
So I learned what ribeye, sirloin, stir steak is, and how they need to be prepped. I would be in the grill and stuff,
Damn,
putting the
Chef Dayana over here, little boyardee.
For real. And then I knew how to cook, kinda, I don't know.
So you just did anything and everything. Huh?
Yeah, and then I learned how to do the bar there at Cabron, and how to garnish. I learned some new drinks.
Okay. Because you were a bartender at Cilantro, right?
No. I was always busser. Always.
Really?
Yeah, always busser.
I would have thought you were, a server, or if not.
I would always want to, but they would always be like, will teach you, or like she's just not ready, or like
Who
something.
would tell you that though?
Like the manager. Mhm.
Dang.
No, yeah.
So they were like little bro on you, like, nah, she ain't.
Yeah.
She ain't ready yet.
Mhm.
So now where are you working? Now that
well,
we aired out all your other jobs.
No, well, I'm trying to find another job,
Okay.
and I just want like something new. I don't know, learn.
So
I
I need to
don't know.
put employed Dayana 2022 looking for employment and put all your information like.
Yes. Or if you want to send me money, then
Yeah,
that's
all
fine.
right, well,
That's
that too,
perfectly
but-
fine.
all right. That's her.
No, I'm just kidding. I always wanted to make my own money because I don't know, like just depending on someone or something, it's like
Definitely sucks, huh?
yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's definitely what I like about, living on my own.
No, yeah.
It's like, one day if I want to just kick my feet up and scratch my nuts all day, I can do it. But
No, yeah.
I just
no,
gotta
yeah.
depend on, being able to pay rent at the end of the month.
No, yeah.
That's the only thing. So, currently unemployed?
Yes. I'm going to my like first day tomorrow at the
Oh.
groom.
Okay. So she's employed. So no need
Yeah,
for
she's
employment.
employed.
Okay, she's employed.
I was unemployed Sunday.
So that was a quick turnaround.
Mhm.
Sunday to Monday?
Well, yeah, I always get jobs like this.
Jeez.
I don't know why, but I always get
Hard-working
jobs like this.
Diana. That's badass. So
Yeah.
where did you find this job? On LinkedIn? Or you said your dad hooked it up,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And how
So
did you
my
hear about
dad just told me, he's like, if you want another job, let me know. They need someone at this groom. And I was like, bet, like, let me know the hours and all that. And he just told me. Oh my God. And I was like, well, just tell them that I'm interested. And they did. They called me this morning.
Oh.
And they were like, can you come at 3? Can you come at 3:30? And I was like, yeah.
So 3:30 p.m.
Yeah.
And how long was that interview? Did they tell you or was it not an interview?
It was. Yeah, they were just like, what are you looking for? And what type of job do you want? And all that. And I was just like, I just want something stable. Like, just stable. And they were like, bet.
Not bad.
And I was like, full time. And they were like, we open from 9 to 6. So they were like, you could stay all day. And then just
So
4
you're-
days out of the week.
Oh, 4 days. Oh my goodness, is that Spanish work schedule or the European work schedule where they work 4 days out of the week and like?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's something like that.
Damn.
It's so good though. I wish
No,
you
yeah.
best because you. When did you say you started? I already forgot. I have a short memory.
Started what?
This job.
Oh, I went today.
You went today.
Yeah, I went today.
Okay,
Like
so
for
tomorrow
my
you
interview. And then tomorrow I'm gonna go.
First official day.
Mhm.
Okay, but yeah, no, I know that's how they do it in Europe somewhere, and it's so nice because you get 3 days off, right?
Yeah.
3 days off, chill, or you could get on your side hustle or whatever if you want to
No,
start
yeah.
doing that. But that's awesome. You ready? Welcome. This is the second episode of Live with Handros on Sunday. We have a very special guest today, the very first guest in the LWH studios today. And be welcoming Dayana Muniz. Muniz, right?
Yes.
All right. So yeah, she's our first guest here on the podcast in the LWH studios. give her a big welcome. I'll have her Instagram and her Facebook linked, so you guys can go check her out. She is a crazy crystal Karen, I just heard. So she's into crystals. If you are into crystals, hit her up. She has some knowledge. But yeah, let's get into this pod. We hope that you guys can enjoy the time here with us. We have some questions, some hot takes, and we'll end it off with a game with Dayana. But yeah, let's continue on having a good time. I got to know you, Dayana, in high school, right? We
Yes.
both went to the same high school. I went there for 4 years, and I believe you only went there for 3.
Two.
2?
Two.
Really? So you came in junior? No, you came in
Freshman. And then sophomore.
sophomore. You left junior year?
Yeah.
Where did you end up going to after that?
Wheat Ridge.
Oh, because it all seems so fuzzy. I was like, I remember seeing her, and then all of a sudden, poof, she's gone.
Yeah. I just disappeared.
Yeah, like out of nowhere.
No, yeah.
So I was like, huh. And then from Wheat Ridge, you just stayed there, right?
And I just stayed there, and I made kind of a little bit of friends, but not really.
So is it shout out Wheat Ridge or fuck Wheat Ridge?
I just don't care about Wheat Ridge.
So
Wheat Ridge,
fuck
yeah.
Wheat Ridge. That's the consensus.
Yeah. White Ridge, whatever.
Oh. I think I actually practiced there once at the soccer fields, because it's just one big field in front of the school.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like next to a street, and you're like in the middle of a neighborhood too.
Well, you've been there, right?
I believe.
So it's like
It's a
the
while
school, and then there's like a little
field?
lake.
Oh.
Like,
So
yeah.
no, I don't think I went there.
No?
No.
It's
or maybe
a
this is on the
lake
other side
slash
of the school.
cemetery.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Like the cemetery is on Washington?
Washington?
Yeah. And then the lake is on Kipling.
Huh. So then, yeah, I don't think I went there. I went to another
No?
school, yeah. I
I
think
think
it
it's
was
Washington. I don't know. I always get them mixed up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know.
yeah. Fuck, what was it, Wadsworth or what was it?
I don't know. I think it is.
Your high school, though. What was
Oh,
it?
Wheat Ridge.
Wheat Ridge.
Wheat Ridge.
Fuck White Ridge or Wheat Ridge, whatever you want to
Yeah.
call it. We don't support it here at the LWH Studios, right?
Nope.
No support.
No.
So then after you graduated, did you, because that was COVID year, right? Did you have a drive-by graduation?
No.
No graduation? They just
No.
mailed that shit to you, PDF and everything?
No. Well, I kind of was just like ghost on everything, and I just didn't want to do anything, like anything. So, I don't know. I was just like, I don't care about that.
But, so did you receive your diploma from? And how did you didn't pick it up or anything?
Yeah, I did,
Okay.
but I was just like,
Yeah.
I don't care, you know.
So it was just like you just went in your own car and you picked that shit up and dang, just drive through. You just pulled up to the to the principal's window.
Come on,
Hey,
give me.
I ordered a diploma in the shade of blue or whatever the fuck. Damn, that's crazy. So then after, did you start classes? Did you go to college classes? Anything? Because we shout out college dropouts. You guys aren't failures. We shout y'all out. You are still good people. Shout out all my people. So no college classes, no secondary education.
No. Never
Cool,
been
so
a
you-
school person.
So okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
you acknowledge like, you know what, I'm not gonna fight. It's a waste
Yeah,
of time
no.
For you personally.
Yeah. Like my sophomore year, Isabel helped me like the whole sophomore.
So she pulled you through.
Shout out to Isabel. I love you so much.
Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious.
But she's always been a good friend, and also shout out for that.
No, wait, hold on. Allegedly, she pulled you through the sophomore year. Allegedly.
Yeah,
We don't know
yeah.
that for sure. Allegedly.
She carried me. She carried me.
Oh my god.
For real.
So you just said, nah, you know what, school's not for me. I'm good. And then you went right into the workforce, like a good American, like a great tax-paying American. Jeez. So what was the
Since
first job?
17.
Well, yeah, you can, because we all had been working, especially if you went to
Mhm.
Aruba, we
No,
all
yeah.
been working. And some of us even had like a side hustle on
No,
top
yeah.
of the internship, because I know a lot of people either at McDonald's or like working other little stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you went full time as soon as you graduated, right? To work.
To work. Okay. No, when I was 17, I was a junior, and that's when I started to work.
No, no, no. But after you graduated. After
Yeah.
you graduated, you said
Yeah.
you went full
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Yeah,
But I
and did
was
you?
still at cilantro.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you were still at the restaurant Cilantro. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think I had seen you post stuff when we were in high school that you were at Cilantro. I
Yeah.
was like, oh shit, you know, because it was
Yeah.
like, to this day, I think Cilantro is like one of the most hip spots like for Mexican food.
No,
'Cause
yeah.
it's super nice and it's pretty expensive. I think. You
Yeah,
know
it
that.
is expensive.
But no, yeah, it's definitely like one of the nicest places that you can get like some tequila or some good
Mezcal.
tacos, mezcal,
Mhm.
mezcal, yeah. And you're right there in front of the Invesco, so that's like you get
Yeah.
the best view. But I'm guessing it got really bad during Broncos games, huh?
Yeah.
Pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what I was expecting.
Before COVID, it was so worse. Like, way bad.
Really-
Way
oh,
bad.
Yeah.
hmm But I don't know. It kind of dialed down.
So then another question. When you were working full time at Cilantro, did you move out? How long was it from high school, from you graduating high school to move out? Because you currently live apart from your parents' house, or you still live with your parents?
No, I lived apart. So I think I moved out like 2020.
Yeah, I know math's hard.
Yeah. I moved out 2020 and I moved out into this townhome
Okay.
from this. I got there by this girl named Sarah Durantes. Do you remember high school
Yeah,
soccer?
yeah. She has a brother. A
Yeah,
brother that went
yeah.
to Jay, I think is right.
Yeah, I
he sells
think
hats
so.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out that small businesses or whatever.
Yeah, and she told me, no, she put on Facebook, and I was like, bet, like, I'm
So
trying to
you're
move
quick
out.
to respond. You were very quick to respond. You're one of those people that like you see something and you're like, all right, you know what, screw it.
I want it, I got it.
Yeah, a little backstory onto how we got her onto the pod. She commented. She was one of the first commenters, or that DM'd me. As soon as I published the first episode on Sunday, I think within like a couple hours. I don't want to say that you were like stalking me or whatever, but it was pretty quick. It was within the first day.
I'll admit to it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'll
So
admit it
she
to
sent me
it.
a message, and she's like, "Hey, this is really dope. I like what you're doing. This is something similar that I want to be doing." I was like, "Damn, that's tight." Some people are rocking with it already, and I just asked her out of a whim. I was literally like sitting right here just chilling. I was like, "Do you want to be on?" And she's like, "Bet." I was like, "Holy shit, is that?" I mean, I hope it's this easy moving forward, but. No, yeah, that's a little backstory into how she got onto the pod and how we kind of coordinated this whole thing. So she's quick to respond. She's hella quick to respond. Definitely a good trait to have. But back to the story. So you were on Facebook. What was it? Sarah. She posted something about a townhome being up for rent.
Yeah. And it was going to be like roommates. And I was like, I'm okay with that. So I did it. And she moved out when I moved in, and I was like, "Fuck!" Like, I guess.
Well, was that a part of the deal? Like, you were gonna be taking over her part of the lease?
Well, we never talked about it.
You didn't have that clear communication.
I tend to do that. Like, I assume so much, and I don't know why I do that, but it's okay. It's okay.
It's hard.
Yeah. As long as I don't hurt anyone else, I'm good.
Yeah. So, did you end up finding someone else to rent with you? Or did you
No, I moved in. I
just
moved in with this guy that was living there.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And it wasn't weird at all, but then like later it was just starting to be really weird. Like he was using my toothpaste, stuff like that. And I was just like, it's separate, bro. Like, we
Yes,
don't gotta
yes.
do that. Like, I don't know.
I definitely, I've had the experience of being with roommates. Last year, I was with 6 dudes.
Oh my
I don't know if you
gosh.
can imagine, and it's like a space like this, I'd say. Not this setup, but we were on the university, and
Oh yeah.
that I have definitely some crazy stories of when people got drunk. Oh my goodness, it was just a nightmare. But so this guy, he started overstepping the boundaries, right?
Yeah.
And then after that, how long did it take you to? Did you move out of there after that, or?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Like 2 months after, um, he was like, if you want to rent the whole space, he's like, I'm down, but I'm gonna move out. And I was
Oh,
like,
shit.
I can't do that. Like,
Yeah.
what you think? Like,
'Cause
I
how
got
much was
money?
rent? How much was rent? How much were you paying at that time?
600. Mhm.
Damn. Well,
Is that expensive?
No, that's really
Oh.
good. That's good.
No, yeah, it was really good.
That was nice. So then after you left, go ahead. After you left, did it take you a while to find another place? Did you move back with your parents? What happened there?
No, so I moved out with this girl named Leslie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and her brother.
Ah.
And we moved out together, and I think it was that time when I learned like who I wanted to be and what I really liked. And there's more to just working, you
Mhm.
know? And she kind of taught me that,
Yeah, 'cause
and it was really good. Yeah.
For those years, you would just go to work.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. I was just like, I don't got to go to school. I don't got to do this. Like
work
as
was
long
your
as my
personality.
yeah.
And you were like, that's not really me.
Yeah, no, yeah. First, when I was like, oh, she's a crystal girl, I don't know about that, No,
You're
yeah.
skeptical as well. It's just as many of us are.
Hmm. Yeah, because most of the people are like, what the fuck, like crystals, like, what the fuck are they gonna do?
But yeah.
And
No te
I'm
van a
just
salvar,
like,
or se supone.
nah, bro, because I used to be like that.
Yeah,
So,
me-
I mean, I'm talking for some people, some people. But that's when I was like, I just want something new. And I was just like, I want to do me. Like, I want to love myself. Because I was in a 3-year relationship. Yeah. From my junior to when I was like turning almost 20.
So that was when you said hot girl summer, chinga
Yeah.
pelos. I gotta do me.
Yeah, I was
So
like,
that was the definition of hot girl summer right there, right?
no, yeah, definitely. I was always out with my friend, like Diamaris, Jael, Michelle, who else? And then I was out with like this other girl, Image. Like I was out. Like
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. I think people on Snapchat or Instagram
Uh-huh.
would see that I would be out.
Yeah.
So I would be out.
So you were the people who were like, damn, invited, like, like, where's that invite? You were the person that was like,
Nah.
people would see it and be like, fuck, she's out again. She don't send
No,
me the invite.
I don't think so. I don't think I would make it like public too. I don't know. Unless if I'm just so high or subtitty that I just be posting it. But
Actually, if I don't recall, I think I remember you posting quite frequently. It was like a black screen and you say, the only time I post is when I'm high. And
Oh, yeah.
It seemed to me that you were always high because you were always freaking posting. Like that. I was like, damn, she's a stoner. She smokes the green. She's with the nature.
oh my god,
Avid
yeah. I
420
love my Mary
celebrator.
Jane.
Yes, exactly. Shout out to the Mary Jane. Shout out to
Bro,
all
yes.
the legalizations out there.
Well, I'm just always high, kind of ish.
High
Like,
life. A high way.
I mean, it's not my problem that like the weed wants to come to me. Like
But
that light
okay.
picked me.
So that's another thing. You don't get paranoid when you
No.
smoke weed?
No.
None.
No.
It's
So,
like,
my
you're very-
first time getting high was off a dab. Yeah. And
You
I
went
love dabs,
straight
bro.
head first. Like dabs with the nectar collector or with the rig or
With the nectar.
oh.
No, yeah, it was at school. Shout out to my man Alex, bro. He was the first dude that got me high,
Hell no. So
like at
this was,
school. Yeah.
gee,
Hmm.
allegedly, yeah, allegedly.
And I went in, and I was in English, and that was my strictest teacher, and I was just like, fuck. But I was like, you know what? Like, everybody's just telling me that I don't look high. And everybody tells me, like, you don't look high, you don't look high.
Or maybe when you're sober, you already look high. So when you're high, it's like, damn,
Yeah, probably.
you look
I don't
normal.
know. And so I just never get paranoid because I'm always like, oh, my eyes don't look like red or anything.
That's good. I mean,
Yeah.
that's really good because when I first, did it,
Hmm.
I got really paranoid. And ever since, I still get paranoid to this day. There's been times where I've like passed out. It goes white.
Damn.
But
I
it
think.
wasn't, and it isn't because I'm doing like crazy amounts. It's just off of a joint, a pre-roll. And that little, those
Oh,
two
yeah.
hits, I just get silent, and I be rocking back and forth. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh my goodness.
It be getting to your
Yeah,
head.
no, yeah.
Like,
I think,
yeah.
honestly, I think it's like with any drug, there's a lot of stuff that you kind of got to clear in the back end,
Yeah.
like traumas and all that stuff. Because I think, personally, as being Hispanic, I think there is a lot of traumas.
Yeah.
Because it comes down from, our parents and from them, the way they grew up, and then they pass it down to us unknowingly, and we kind of just inherit that stuff, like always having to be like have everything perfect. Like I don't know if you grew up like with strict parents or not.
Yeah, but I kind of like, after Rupe, I like wowed
And
out.
even going to a Rupe too.
No, yeah.
Like even going to a Rupe, that was like boom. Like that's like every Hispanic grandma's dream.
Hmm.
Going to the Catholic school where it's like you wear a
Private
uniform.
school and all
a
that.
Private school,
Yeah.
like that's what they want. That's their, and in reality, from us knowing and for all the people who do know that went to class with us, definitely not like that.
But yeah.
We're wild. We were a wild
Yeah.
bunch. I mean, we were kids. Like
We
just
complained.
Yeah.
Like every day.
Exactly. But oh yeah, that's wild. So you don't get paranoid. I'm glad that you don't have to go through what I go through.
I think it's just like the mind.
It is. It
like
is.
a lot.
I agree. I completely agree. I need to do some things with that. But here's another thing that I kind of wanted to get into. Therapy, right?
Hmm.
Have you done therapy? Are you avid in therapy? Do you recommend it? Do you not really want to get into it? Is it something that you'd be open to experiment?
Well, back in 2019, I became like really depressed and like suicidal, and I attempted once,
Okay.
like with my mom's car, and I just drove it like off the highway.
And
Yeah.
You ended up crashing, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the car was like so fucked up, but I was good.
Well, I'm glad to
No,
hear it, 'cause
yeah.
if not, we wouldn't be able to have you here today,
No, yeah, and I had to take therapy, and I was
Okay.
like, I don't want to take therapy. I don't, like, what the fuck is she gonna do? Like,
Exactly.
solve the problem?
Right.
Yeah, but I don't know, it's kind of good to just have someone that you trust and talk about your problems with them. If they don't want to talk about your problems, I feel just writing it out. Because I know sometimes going to a stranger is like uncomfortable. Because I think I find it uncomfortable, like really uncomfortable. But I think just having like a good mindset and being like, okay, like I don't know if I'm really down to talk to a person, so I should just like try to do it with myself and try like self-love, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I recommend.
Now here's my take on it, and it may be, therapy, I tried it out. So last year, craziest I've ever been going to school, just like anxiety was up the roof. I was just going through a breakup. Like it was like, and the crazy thing about it is that I was going through a breakup, and it was something where I thought it was more serious than what she thought it was. So she thought it was something, very simple, casual, like we were just getting to know each other. And she's like, you know what, it's not going to work for us. And I took that real hard, right? So I ended up I subscribed to BetterHelp. I'm guessing you've heard it.
Yeah.
So I did a couple of those sessions, and what I found that helped me the most out of that was just speaking to someone. Like,
Mhm.
in getting invited into a space, like, just being able to talk about, hey, you know what, like, this week, me fue pa la chingada. Like, just
Mhm.
where you have that open space where you can say, you know what, this week was shit. I want to see exactly, was it because of this or because of that? Because, like you said, when you're at work, you're just constantly at work and you're just trying to keep
Yeah.
doing the next thing. So if you allot that time to talk to someone, it definitely helps. At least that's what I found.
Yeah.
And now, personally, since BetterHelp, it was kind of expensive for me since I was paying out of pocket. Like, I didn't have no insurance or anything.
Yeah.
So that's why I wanted to do that. That it helped because now what I do is I call up, all my friends. Like, I call Bobby, I call Jose, I call Giovanni, some of the people that
Yeah.
you know. And I call them, I'm just like, hey, bro, like, what's going on? How you been? What'd you do yesterday? And from there, I feel like that's my therapy. And then also, even doing this, like, you just talk about stuff, right?
Yeah.
You're talking to yourself. You help yourself, like, to be your own problem solver. Because
Right.
sometimes you don't even acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Right?
I was talking to my boyfriend yesterday
Uh-huh.
because we were on a walk, and I told him that it was easier for me to like gather all my thoughts saying it out loud
Mm-hmm.
and like knowing how I feel. And I kind of was telling him, like, while I was talking to him, I like had a realization. And it's like, damn, bro, like, you don't really like realize stuff until you're like deep into talking to someone about your feelings or
Mm-hmm.
about life, like conspiracy theories. Like, you be with
Yeah.
your friends, and then your mind just goes like thinking, and then you're like, wait, bro, like, I think I just realized something. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like that.
You
Yeah,
have your own
definitely.
kind of self-realizations when you start opening up to other people. And for me, for a while, when I didn't, open up to my homeboys that I call my best friends, and now I can safely do so. And say,
Yeah.
these are my boys. These are the ones that I ride with. That these guys, I never used to talk about these types of things. And I'm like, no, there's something special where you can say, you know what, I'm gonna open up to these types of things because I feel comfortable. You feel comfortable. You feel like even though they might like joke on you next, it's like it's not coming from like a horrible place. It's not coming from like, damn, you're a bitch or this and that. Like, no, it's coming from like, no, wait, like, it doesn't even matter. Like, tomorrow we gotta go to work and you're gonna be straight. Like that's where I found the main thing that just helped me a lot.
No, yeah. And I feel like if that person is just like telling you the same thing everybody is telling you, you should just be like, hey, bro, like, honestly, just listen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just listen.
Be open to it,
Yeah, because my boyfriend used to be just like, it's okay, like, you're gonna get through it. And I'm like, bro, everybody tells me that.
Yeah.
So I was just like,
it's like
listen.
that joke. It's like that joke that they say. It's like when a girl's like super angry, or they say like that she's on her period, and they tell you, just calm down. Like that pisses you guys off, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the same thing as like, bro, it doesn't even matter. It's like the same exact thing. You just
No,
like,
yeah.
motherfucker, what?
No, yeah. I definitely had to tell him, like, hey, like, just listen or I'm not going to talk to you about my problems. Because he's mostly like, I want you to talk to me, come to me. And I'm like, I can't talk to you if you say the same thing that everybody says,
So would you find it better if they just, okay, I hear you, and then maybe like hug you or whatever, or do something like
it's
that?
kind of just like...
Because that's the thing that I see. Like, if I were in a relationship and someone were to open up to me, like you say you're doing, it's like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna do everything possible to, if I really like this person, right? Obviously, I'm not just gonna do this like on a Tinder date. Be like, all right, tell me your traumas.
Yeah.
No, like if it's someone that I'm comfortable with and I like, I think it would be more, I feel like it would be a grand gesture for me to be like, okay, you know what? Let's find solutions to this problem.
Yeah.
Would you find that acceptable?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
sometimes the way I think and the way that I problem solve is going to be different from the way you think and the way
Yeah.
that you problem solve, right?
No, yeah.
So you may find it like, nah, that's not going to help.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. But sometimes I just tell my boyfriend, like, just go, like, with it. Just go with it. Because
Mm-hmm.
I can be like, fuck that bitch. Like, she just did something like this, that, this. And then he's like, babe, calm down. And then I'm like, bro, can't you just, like, say, like, fuck that bitch too?
But
Like, or
that's the thing.
something.
I'm on. Okay, now I'm gonna play the devil's aguacates, which is the devil's
Okay.
advocate, right? So on that point, like if you were just to go out on someone, if you're railing on someone, and me personally, I never like to spend like a lot of time on people where they're like they piss me off, and I'm like, oh fuck that. I just forget about it. Like I'll just do
Well,
something and
yeah.
forget about it. That's how I would think about it. So the recommendation, I guess, for him would just to be like, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just calladitos
Just shut
más
up
bonito.
and just
Calladitos
agree.
más bonito.
No,
Right?
I'm just kidding. I don't know. He knows. I don't know.
But I mean, I agree with him because I'd be like, just calm down. Like you're not gonna see him, or if you do see him tomorrow, then just tell him, fuck him or whatever.
No, yeah. No, yeah.
All right. So now we're gonna get into a special segment that I like to call "Hot Takes with Handros," and so we just gotta do our little. So this week in California, all right, in California there was a little girl, right? She's a 10-year-old girl, and her parents got her a goat. Now, this goat was bought through what they call a 4-H program. And a 4-H program is meant to kind of educate younger kids to real life situations and real life industries, so they could have it in all types. So what this program means is that this little girl is going to take care of the goat, and then once it's mature enough, they're going to auction it off and sell it. So this is in the program, right? Now the parents bought the goat through this program, and they gave it to the girl. So over the time, the girl gets close to the goat, as anyone would to a pet, right, or to an animal. So she was raising it, and she would walk it, and she would do all this stuff, real cute stuff. And it came time to where the program said, you know what, the goat is mature. It's time to put it up for auction and sell it.
Yeah.
Now, a detail that I left out was when they sell it, they're not selling a live goat. They're selling the meat of the goat. So they need to go and butcher it. Right? So, now, what the parents ended up doing, since the girl was so attached to the goat, they ended up not returning the goat. Even though in documentation and documents, this program means that you have to return the goat so that it can go to auction and sell. So the parents ended up, now in my opinion, well, I'll tell you the information and then we'll get into the opinion piece, right? So they ended up keeping the goat, and when the auction found out that the goat was missing, obviously they're going to be like, hey, what the fuck, where's the goat?
Yeah.
Right? They called the cops, they got a warrant, and since they had all the documents, they went and picked up the goat without the family knowing, without the girl knowing. They picked up the goat. Fortunately, the next day, the goat went to slaughter and was in a barbecue. We can confirm that literally the next day that goat was slaughtered and it was, set out to go. So now this is the question, all right? This is the actual opinion piece.
Okay.
Did the parents, A, put a good example by, saying, oh, you know what, if you really like the goat, let's keep it? Or B, did they try to bypass the rules? Because in the rules it said, there comes a time where you're going to have to, put this goat up. Were they showing a bad example to the kid that, you know what, this isn't the due process of the program, and showing the little girl that, you know what, if you really want it, you can have it? What do you think?
I feel like they fucked up,
Right?
like the parents, yeah. Cause like, why are you gonna teach your daughter to like, kind of like lie to a kid? Like.
Yeah, well.
Like if she ever did that to her child.
Well,
like.
the other thing is like they didn't follow the rules.
No, yeah.
Right? There was clear documentation, and there's programs like this all over the state that they're able to, do these types of programs, and learn something out of it. So out of the lesson is like, you know what? You're going to have to raise this girl. It's going to take dedication. You got to feed it every day. But then for you to say, you know what? Also at the end of the thing, you can just skip that last step, which is to give it up. I don't know. I think that's a bad example out of,
No, yeah.
Because then the girl's going to be like, no, I want it now. I want it now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be like that little kid in Walmart that's always screaming and crying and throwing up for whatever they want.
True.
So W or L on the parents. I think it's an L, right?
No, yeah, for sure.
Definitely an
for
L.
sure.
I mean, that's the thing where I was like, bruh, these kids need to be, we need to be a little more tough on these kids. To say, like, you know what? That's not how it works. Life's shitty. Life sucks.
Yeah, work for it.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And now we know, especially since, we went to Arupe and you've been working full-time for quite a while now.
Mm-hmm.
Shit's gonna happen. Shit's gonna hit the fan. And it's gonna suck.
Yeah. Life is just a journey. Ups and downs, so many. And the thing is, like, don't have that mentality that it's like, well, everything's going wrong, this and that. We just learn from them. You just learn. And life is full of just, like, bumps.
Yeah.
Bumps.
Definitely agree. Mm-hmm. But that concludes the Hot Takes with Handros. So we'll get into the last segment. Like my little music. It's Harry Potter.
Oh, it's Harry Potter?
Yeah, but recorded, so it sounds all stupid.
Oh, damn.
Wandam Leviosa.
Respecto Patronus.
Yeah. So we're going to conclude this episode because we're already at, that's 53 minutes. We've been here for an hour. So any special shout outs that you want to shout out?
No.
No? Family, boyfriend? Well, I guess boyfriend on the down low. He's a mystery man. No one?
My birth giver.
There you go.
And Ali.
Yeah.
For sure, for having me. Thank you.
It was definitely a pleasure having you. I had a good time.
Yes.
But get into shout outs this week. Abdi, hey, thank you for the support, my brother. Bobby, shout out my brother. We're trying to get you on the pod here next. Who else? Everyone that liked the first reel, definitely keep interacting with all the all the content that I put out on Instagram, TikTok, and you can be sitting here just as Dayana is here with us today.
This was hard.
So definitely big shout out to everyone, and also Dayana, huge thank you for coming on and being able to do this.
Yes.
But yeah, that's gonna conclude our episode. So.